Hey, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be 2020 viewing this Jakks Pacific Death Egg Playset. Now, I have not seen anything about this online, so I don't know if I'm the first to have it or something. Probably not, because there's people who pre-order it. But I was at my local Target, so I picked it up. As you can see, the front here, this is honestly the best part, and I'll explain later. So this is essentially a statue of the Death Egg from the front, and it looks pretty good. And it can mask the disappointment behind it. This. So before I actually get into the set itself, I'm gonna tell you the issues I had building this. So I don't know why, but everything was jammed. I could not, like this peg here at the bottom, this would not go in. This here at the top, it kept falling out. I don't know why. So I had to go and individually bend and mess with all the pieces for this to finally stay in. And it does work. But we'll get into it. So, you might be thinking, oh, this can spin around, right? Well, it can spin around to a point. Despite what the manual and box want you to believe, it cannot spin around all the way. Because you can't see it if you're looking at it from a front view. But from any other view, you can see this long pole here, suspending Robotnik in the air. So, and he fell out. To be honest, that's par for the course. So, we have Sonic who can go around one of these loops at a time. So you have to manually move Sonic all the way around. There's nothing to make him keep going. Now you might be thinking, well, what's the big play feature? This button here makes Sonic jump up and hit Robotnik. But it's like, what's the point if he's always just gonna go back to the center and you essentially can always do that. It's not really a play feature, it's just something you can do. Although I will admit, the Robotnik in this set does look pretty good. It has no articulation. I guess maybe you can get him to wiggle a little bit in there, but it's not real articulation. Can't really turn the head or anything. The mustache is kind of bendy though. So what you do is you put him in here. And there's this peg in the back. Slot him here. And that's it. You know, for something that markets itself as a playset, there's not a lot of playing to do. I mean, you can rotate this. You can move Sonic around. If you want to change Sonic's direction, you can do that. You just get this piece, and you just rotate it. You'd have to do it with Sonic on it. Or you could just take Sonic off. I don't know. But you can change the loop Sonic's going through, but what use does it do when it all ends up in the same place? And then it gets stuck on the top sometimes. Which I guess does spice things up, but again, all it needs is a little nudge. Back where it was. For something that markets itself as a playset, again, there's not a lot of playing that you can really do. Now, the Sonic figure here, he is articulated. He can swivel at the head. He has ball-jointed shoulders. He can swivel, but that's it. That's all he can do. Also, a minor note here. Sonic's mouth printing is not where his mouth is. So, I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but there's a groove here where his mouth's supposed to be, and then his mouth is below it. Just get the camera. Yeah, you can kind of see that. It's indented for a smile, and then there's the printing, which is underneath it. Also, Sonic has a very short nose on this figure. Taking a closer look at Sonic's little platform here, you can see that his foot, not only does it slide in, but it also pegs in. I guess I can use this opportunity to have him go on a different route. So to put Sonic on, you essentially just pop this up. And just slide him on. There, now he's on a different loop. And I didn't change the top one, so he can go up to the top. But again, the only real play feature is... that's it. Like, it's not like the Death Egg Robot playset where you have the Sonic you fling and it's kind of like an actual game. That's it. You just wait for gravity to do its thing and you press a button. Now, if this said like display or diorama set, then I would have understood. Oh, it's just for looks, you know. But it's the fact that it markets itself as a playset. Not to mention, it's $40. Like, I can't help but be disappointed by this. Like, this should have been like 25, maybe 30 max. But really, but $40 for this, it's just not. Just doesn't seem worth it in my opinion. And I saw nothing about this online, about what it did or that it even released. I just happened to find it at my local Target, and I was like, I gotta get that. I struggle building with it, and then this is essentially all I can do with it. There's a front view there, so it kind of looks like Robotnik is floating, but no, he's just on a pole. So honestly, I'd say that the best part of this set, the front. You know, it functions perfectly at what it's supposed to do, which is look like the Death Egg, but on a stand. Stand kind of makes it look like it has feet. Oh no, he's dancing. So yeah, overall score, I'd say... I'd give it a 7, maybe 8 out of 20. I mean, it's not horrible by any means, but $40 and, you know, there's not really much you can do with it, because at least with the Green Hill Zone playset, you know, it gave you a Sonic figure, it gave you the Green Hill Zone, you could really do whatever you wanted. With the Death Egg Robot playset, it was like a game, you gotta fling Sonic to hit the robot, kind of like the Lego version. You know, with all the playsets, it actually could function as a playset, but with this, not really, because even if you were to just, like, even if you were to take Sonic off of this, rail here, like, what is there for him to really do? There's nothing here other than Robotnik in the center. I mean, I guess you could chuck him at Robotnik, but that's about it. So yeah, overall, I would not recommend this. Like, if you found it for, like, under $30, I'd say get it. But definitely not for 40. This is probably one of the most disappointing things that Jakks have released. And I'm usually kind of behind a lot of Jakks' even goofier stuff. But no. They fumbled with this one.